Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. At least 4 people shot during illegal New Year's Eve gun salutes. The Jamaica Constabulary Force is reporting that several persons were shot and injured during illegal New Year's Eve gun salutes yesterday morning. In a tweet yesterday afternoon, JCF spokesman Dennis Brooks disclosed that at least 4 people, including a teenager watching fireworks, were shot. Additionally, an elderly woman who was asleep in her bed was also wounded as a result of one of those illegal New Year's gun salutes. In the probing shooting at Palisades involving off-duty policeman. In the probing an incident in which a man was shot by an off-duty policeman along the Palisades main road in St. Andrew yesterday morning. It's reported that the policeman and his mother were among persons watching the fireworks along the airport road when she got into a dispute with an individual. It's alleged that the man used his vehicle to hit down the elderly woman. The policeman reportedly reacted in defense of his mother. It's further alleged that the man attempted to use the vehicle to hit the policeman, who in response drew his gun and opened fire. The man was shot and taken to hospital. The police have not yet provided any details of the incident. One in custody following firearm arm seizure in St. James. One man is in custody after the St. James police seized a firearm and ammunition, along with other illegal items during a joint police-military operation in Canterbury district in the parish on Saturday. Reports are that about 12:40 p.m., lawmen carried out a search of a premises, and one Browning 9mm pistol, fitted with a magazine containing 6 cartridges, was found in a room. Police said during an additional search, 7 cellular phones, 1 tablet, and 34 letter-sized paper with identity information assumed to be that of persons living overseas were found. Investigations are ongoing. Trelawney New Year's Eve crash victims identified. Police have identified the 3 people who lost their lives in a New Year's Eve car crash in Trelawney. 2 of the deceased are Trelawney residents, 22-year-old Latany Mendez from Friendship and 23-year-old Zion Eason from Granville. The 3rd person who died in the crash is 19-year-old Erashan Williams from Cornwall Court in Montego Bay, St. James. The 2 men and a woman died from injuries sustained during a 3-vehicle collision on the Flamingo Main Road in the parish. The Trelawney police report that about 11:45 p.m., they were among 9 people traveling in 3 cars when the collision took place. All 9 were injured and taken to hospital, where the 3 individuals were pronounced dead and the others admitted. 2 killed in separate confrontations with members of the military. A suspect was shot dead during a reported confrontation with members of the military in Olympic Gardens, St. Andrew yesterday morning. The suspect was fatally shot shortly after midnight during a confrontation on Balcombe Drive. 2 illegal guns and 12 rounds of ammunition were reportedly seized, and another suspect was fatally shot during a confrontation with a military team in Almirall Town, West Kingston yesterday morning. He has been identified as Christopher Spence. It's reported that an illegal gun with several rounds of ammunition was taken from him. Reporters were informed that a 3rd suspect was shot by members of the military in Denham Town early yesterday morning, but no details have been provided. Motorists urged to pay outstanding tickets before new Road Traffic Act takes effect. Motorists are being encouraged to pay their outstanding traffic tickets ahead of the new Road Traffic Act, which will take effect on February 1. Prime Minister Andrew Holness, during his New Year's message address to the nation, said that the infractions are to be settled at the courts. In December, Cabinet had arrived at a decision that if motorists pay off their outstanding traffic tickets by the end of January 2023, demerit points will be expunged upon the implementation of the new act. This applies to tickets occurred after February 1, 2018. Holness said that the act will go a far way in bringing order in our roadways. To motorcyclists, who he noted as both a significant cause and victim of road crashes, the Prime Minister informed them that come February 1, it will be mandatory that all riders and pillions wear a helmet and the motorbikes be sold with helmets. In the meantime, Holness disclosed that the capability of the police to issue electronic tickets will more than double with the arrival of e-ticketing devices in the next few weeks. Under this new system, warrants will be issued in a seamless and timely manner. Traffic violators will no longer be able to ignore tickets they have accumulated and continue to drive recklessly without consequences, Holness warned. Vexed municipal officers want greater protection. On New Year's Eve in 2021, a municipal officer and his uncle were murdered on the Friendship Main Road in St. James. In 2022, just under a week before Christmas, a municipal officer attached to the Clarendon Municipal Corporation had to be hospitalized after he was hit in the head with a stone while carrying out a vending control operation. And so municipal police personnel, who asked not to be named, are irritated and frustrated by the threats they face daily and are reiterating calls for more presentation from the heads of the various municipalities. One officer told reporters they are left unprotected without weapons when not accompanied by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF on operations. We keep talking about this issue and everybody turn a blind eye. Nobody don't care, and nobody will care until a man take a machete one day and chop off one of our head. This is how I see it. In the streets, we get cussed out for simple things, and this is because the average Jamaican see we as thief. As a matter of fact, they see us as thief and police in one, so we can win, the man said. Generally, people already see we as the enemy. You will get an order if we all go to a location and do some work. You see a man in a spot that he shouldn't be in, and you have to think twice before you do nothing. Times change. A man will lick off your head right in the crowd and leave you up on the ground. According to the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, municipal enforcement entails the enforcement of local laws and retaining civic order. Over the past 10 years, municipal police units have been established in each council and have demonstrated that they provide an invaluable service to an arm of the councils. The tragic 2022 incident claimed the lives of 34-year-old Jermaine Evans, who was based at the St. James Municipal Corporation since 2018, and his uncle, 46-year-old Peter Stewart. Evans was attacked by armed men while traveling to work along with Stewart. Both men were pronounced dead at the hospital. The most recent incident in Clarendon was captured on video and created a stir. Reports of that officer was part of a team patrolling the street with members of the JCF when the stone was used to hit him in the head. When the incident occurred, the team was telling vendors selling illegally on Main Street to relocate. When the officer was struck, he immediately fell to the ground. It is alleged that the stone was thrown by a vendor. Addressing journalists to an unfortunate matter later that evening, Mayor of Mapen Winston Marage said a scan was supposed to be done on the officer's brain to see if there is any fracture and so on. Another officer told reporters that the municipal uniform is a magnet for hatred and disrespect. It hurt me heart every time I hear say a next municipal officer get attacked. We're not on the road stopping nobody food. We're sent out to promote law and order, he lamented. He added that the majority of the resentment aimed at municipalities is because they sniff lawlessness. Jamaican people love to have their own way, and so much that they feel that they're supposed to sell anything anywhere and at any time. So when you're doing your job now, it is almost like you're a threat. But there is not a threat. The only threat is the unruly people who don't want to abide by rules and love push badness, he said. He continued, "You are left to the hands of the criminals. As a special detective constable, you have to be fully trained." The local government ministry said the deployment of the municipal police training program forms part of the local government reform progress, wherein the intent is to ensure that each local government authority has requisite trained and authorized personnel to administer all the laws and regulations falling under their jurisdiction. In 2021, when municipal officers visited Olympic Gardens in St. Andrew to maintain order at a garage that was being operated on the roadway, municipal police said they were ambushed by members of the community. Armed men shot at municipal officers from the SJMC who went to entertainment hotspot Pier 1 in Montego Bay last year to remove a vehicle. The thugs opened fire at the wrecker that the officer was using to remove the vehicle while they were inside. Shortly after, a municipal police truck was set ablaze. There are many incidents that go unreported as well, a third officer related. Enough things don't reach a supervisor or even make the news. When a man tell you to your face that he's going for a gun and shoot you, and all you have is a button, what do? He asked. This is a dangerous job. We have nothing to defend ourselves. We just go out there by faith. A vendor was able to throw a stone and get away. Don't you think anybody will try it again? Can't tell who will do what in all a downtown crowd. These are the types of things we talk about all the time. Vale Royal talks set to resume in January. The Vale Royal talks are set to resume this month as part of efforts to build consensus on issues of national importance between the government and opposition. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the disclosure recently while addressing a press conference at the office of the Prime Minister to declare states of public emergency. The Veil Royal talks are a mechanism for members of two major political parties to have bipartisan discussions on critical issues of national importance and find solutions to Jamaica's common social problems. SOEs have been declared in St. Anne, Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. James, Westmoreland, and Hanover, and are intended to curtail increased criminal activities and bolster public safety. The government and opposition have disagreed over the use of the enhanced security measure to deal with the rising level of crime. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.